Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fluent English Tales, where we learn to speak English again, one real story at a time. If you're an adult and you feel nervous about speaking English again, don't worry. This space is for you. Every day, I'll share a true story full of emotion, honesty, and life. And while you listen, you'll practice real English sentences. Simple ones, natural ones, the kind we actually use in daily life. So take a deep breath, relax, and follow my voice. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. Have you ever trusted someone and then felt completely betrayed? Have you ever believed your child was safe, only to discover the truth was far from what you were told? This story is about trust. It's about what happens when adults break that trust. And it's about a 12-year-old girl who just wanted to go to church camp. Let me tell you what happened this summer. My daughter, she's 12, used her own birthday money to sign up for a church camp. We thought it would be fun. Beach day, games, friendship, maybe some light community work. That's what they said. So I asked the youth pastor before the trip, "You're not going to have my daughter under a bridge handing out tracts to homeless people, right?" He said no. He smiled. He reassured me. He said, "Of course not. They would work a few hours at a food bank," he said, "and the rest would be fun." Well, that was a lie. They didn't go to the beach. They didn't play games. They didn't even go to a food bank. Instead, they went to a tent city in Houston. Not once, not twice, but 3 days in a row. A place where people sleep on sidewalks. A place where people are high. A place with no plan, no safety, and no adult supervision. And yes, he let 75 kids walk around that place in groups of 3 or 4. With only 3 adults nearby. That's not a camp. That's not service. That's not what we signed up for. Now, let me ask you something. What would you do if your child was put in danger like that? Would you speak up? Would you stay silent? Would you believe it? If it happened at your church? There's more to this story. Much more. But I want you to walk through it with me step by step. We'll go back to that sermon, to the moment I confronted him, to how he looked me in the eye and said, Yes, I did put her in danger. Because God led me. We'll talk about the church's silence, the media's silence, and why I still haven't named names yet. But I want to begin here, with a simple sentence my daughter said when she came home. "Mom, that wasn't camp." So, what really happened? Let me take you back to the day they left for camp. My daughter was excited. She packed her bag the night before. She said, "Mom, I can't wait for the beach." She smiled. She was ready for a fun week with friends. I remember asking her, "Do you have your sunscreen? Did you pack your Bible?" Just regular camp stuff. That's what we were told to expect. But 3 days later, when she came home, she looked different. She was quiet. She didn't smile. So I asked her, "How was it?" She said, "Mom, that wasn't camp. I thought maybe something small went wrong. Maybe someone was rude. Maybe she didn't make friends." But then she said, "They took us to a place where people sleep on the ground. There were tents everywhere. One lady was yelling at the sky." At first, I didn't understand. I said, "Wait, where did they take you?" She said, "We went under a bridge in Houston. It smelled bad. It felt scary. We gave out food and prayed for strangers." I asked her, "Were there adults with you?" She said, "Just a few. Most stayed by the van." I felt my stomach turn. What was this? This wasn't what they promised. This wasn't safe. So I went to the church the next Sunday. The youth pastor was preaching. He got up there and told the story with a big smile, like it was a victory, like it was something to be proud of. He said, "We had nothing planned, so I just Googled where are the homeless in Houston. Then I took the kids straight there. I couldn't believe my ears." He actually said, "We invaded their space." He laughed. He described how he let the kids break into small groups, 3 or 4 kids each, and then he let them walk freely through the tent city. No plan, no maps, no adult by their side, and only 3 adults went in. The rest stayed back to serve food. He said, "One woman was high on meth. I woke her up in front of the kids. I remember thinking, what is he doing? Why is he proud of this?" After the sermon, I waited. I walked up to him, and I said, "You put my daughter in danger." He looked me in the eyes and said, "Yes, yes, I did." Just like that. No shame, no regret. He said, "God led me." Let's pause here. Repeat after me. That is not okay. Say it again. That is not okay. Say, "She's only 12. One more time. She's only 12. Because sometimes you need to say it out loud, to believe it, to process it. I told him, "You lied to me." He didn't care. He didn't apologize. He didn't even offer a refund. I asked, "Don't you think we deserve our money back?" He looked surprised. He said, "Why would I do that?" Like I was the crazy one. Like it was a normal thing to put children in danger. Only after I spoke to the senior pastor did they finally refund us. No apology, no responsibility. Just, well, she came back in one piece. That sentence hit me hard. She came back in one piece, like survival was enough, like harm didn't matter, as long as she didn't die. I thought to myself, this can't be real. Is this what church is now? But it gets worse. I wrote a letter, a real certified letter, asking for the situation to be addressed. They signed for it. And then, silence. No reply, no call, no meeting, just silence. So I contacted a local reporter. She listened. She seemed shocked. She said, "This is disgusting." She promised to cover the story. She even called the church to ask questions. But the next day, something strange happened. Another newspaper ran a story, a feel-good piece, praising the youth group, saying how brave the kids were. And the first reporter? She went silent. No more messages, no follow-ups, nothing. I felt like the truth was disappearing. Let's repeat a few phrases. They said one thing, but did another. Say it with me. They said one thing, but did another. This isn't right. Say it again. This isn't right. I need to speak up. Once more, I need to speak up because silence is not always safe. So here I am, still processing, still asking myself, what do I do now? I haven't named names, not yet, because this isn't about drama. This isn't about revenge. This is about truth. The truth is, they lied, they broke trust, and they put children in danger. And the people responsible, they still hold power. They still make decisions. One of them is a principal. One is a school board president. One is a coach. And all of them stayed silent. I could let this go. I could move on. But then I wonder, what if it happens again? What if someone else's child gets hurt next time? That's why I'm speaking. That's why I'm sharing. That's why I'm telling you this story. Let's repeat something together. Speaking up is hard. Say it again. Speaking up is hard, but silence doesn't protect anyone. Repeat. Silence doesn't protect anyone. My voice matters. Again. My voice matters. Because it does. Your voice matters. Even if it shakes, even if it's slow, even if it comes in broken English. And maybe that's why you're here. Not just for the story, but to take back your voice. Maybe it's been years since you used English. Maybe you're afraid to speak. Maybe you feel stuck, or too old, or too far behind. But let me tell you something. You're not too late. You're not too old. And your voice? It still works. Let's say it together. I can speak again. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to keep going. Because every word you say is a step forward. Every sentence you speak is a seed of confidence. And just like I'm learning to speak up again, so can you. This story was painful to tell, but you stayed with me. You listened. You practiced. That means something. It means you're brave. It means you're ready. So wherever you are in your English journey, don't stop now. Keep listening. Keep speaking. Keep telling your truth. Practice one more time with me. This is my voice. This is my story. And I choose to speak. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next story. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and never forget, your voice matters.